Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Am I the Asshole? If you enjoy hearing Reddit stories, it would greatly support the channel if you could like or subscribe. Let's dive into our first story. Am I the asshole for calling out the volunteer church organizer after her awful actions after she made my daughter-in-law cry? My daughter-in-law, lost both of her parents, her mother earlier this year and dad when she was 15. I love her like she is my own, and I'm so proud of her and how far she has come. I am very involved in my church, and we were planning an event for mom's kids. It coincided with my monthly sack lunch ministry for seniors. So in the morning, we'd all make the lunches, and then we'd do other things. Make friendship bracelets, run around, grill, tie-dye, etc. My daughter-in-law is not religious, but she does like to give back. So when I invited her, she accepted. We got the lunch supplies, and she helped with the lunches. She even offered to go deliver them to the organization we work with, since she has a big car. This is when the church organizer Kathy started an issue. She thanked my daughter-in-law and said that would be all we needed from her all day, and she can go home after. I said no. Daughter-in-law is here to spend the day with me and have fun with everyone. Kathy had the gall to make an ugly face and said she's not anyone's daughter. I said, that's okay. She's my daughter-in-law if Kathy didn't know. Kathy made another ugly face and said that didn't count and that she didn't even belong here, which ruffled my feathers. Everyone should be allowed. If one of the dads wanted to come join us, I would have said yes. Who cares? We got into an argument, and my daughter-in-law ended up crying. Again, she just lost her mom. She left and told me to have fun, and I rounded on Kathy and told her that what she'd just done was as unchristian as I'd ever seen, and that if she can't find it in her heart to welcome everyone to our events, she should not be the volunteer organizer. Kathy told me tough cookies, if I don't like it, to take it up with the church office. And a few other members overheard, and as I got ready to load up my van for the sack lunches, a few helped me and got to talking about how awful Kathy has been. After I left, they all cornered Kathy and said they would all talk to the church office. Well, she isn't the organizer anymore, and she has been for over 2 decades. She ended up confronting me after church, raising her voice, getting in my face, etc. She told me I had ruined her life over my daughter-in-law not belonging to the church, and that she hopes I was happy. I admit I did feel bad after that, but I'm not sure if I should. P.S. Sorry if I do any of this wrong. I mostly use this app for awe and crafts. Not the asshole. They say Christians should ask themselves, what would Jesus do? Well, I think the gospel narratives are pretty clear. Jesus would have flipped his shit over this sort of nonsense in his Father's house. This is the sort of behavior that gives Christianity a bad name, and it speaks to Kathy being the sort of wolf in sheep's clothing that Jesus warned his followers to beware of. People who would come and use his name to cover for bad behavior. Jesus welcomed all. Under his teachings, no person can be said to be not anyone's daughter's son, because Jesus specifically and repeatedly taught that all people are the daughters and sons of God. And how can a daughter of God not be welcome at an event in her Father's house? Kathy ruined her own life by putting her desire to exclude before her faith. Kathy doesn't need to be organizing any church events until she gets herself right with God and Jesus and learns to be a good representative of the faith she claims to hold. Right now, she's pushing people away from the church by being nasty and claiming nastiness in the name of Jesus. Way to be a warrior for your faith by seeing to it that a wolf in sheep's clothing was removed from a position where she was causing damage. There is no hatred like pseudo-Christian love, edited for clarification. Not the asshole. And please, please, please don't feel bad that the angry old woman ruined her own position at the church. I was raised in a church, but my family fell out when people like Kathy started taking all the leadership positions and no one stood up to them. That church has since become a haven for hatred, and it makes me so sad. People like Kathy give religious people a bad name and don't deserve and power within the church. Kathy seems to exemplify the phrase, there is no hatred quite like Christian love. Good job standing your ground and standing up for your daughter-in-law. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It is very telling that all the people who helped you, who complained to the powers that be, it means that this wasn't just you that was outraged about Kathy's actions. And I'll bet that it wasn't just about this one incident, that there are other incidents in the past. If getting booted from this one even ruined Kathy's life, then she didn't have much of a life to begin with. Trust me, you didn't cause this. Kathy's own behavior caused this. She simply doesn't want to take responsibility for her own choices. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.